Hello, and welcome to day 47 of Dungeon 23. Today is going to be something that's more so funny and goofy, although a lot of what we do is funny and or goofy. Actually pretty par for the course. But this is going to be more explicitly goofy. So, my idea was to do something involving climbing, and also I want there to be more traps. So this is less of a trap, but it is going to implement climbing. Because, I want the players to have something that's challenging to them, but not challenging to the wandering monster, which is, the hook horror. So I think this is going to be a fun little challenge for the party. So let's draw out this corridor here. This is the room we're going to be doing, by the way. It's adjacent to this guy. And my idea was to have the edges of the corridor be like a rock wall, and it's going to be a pit that's full of those little plastic balls. It's a ball pit, essentially. And the party could cross by climbing along the walls with a, acrobatics or athletics check. And if they fall in, it's difficult terrain because there's a lot of them, but also it makes a lot of noise. Everyone who has ever been to Chuck E. Cheese or freaking Chunky Chicken's Palace, whatever it's called, everyone knows of the sound of ball pits. It's loud. It's plastic moving on plastic, hollow plastic moving on plastic. It's loud. Now, originally I was gonna make this whole big texture in paint.net, and I got halfway through it, or maybe 1/3 of the way through it, and I just wanted to die. So I instead just went on Google and spent 15 minutes trying to figure out how to convert a WebP image into a PNG. So instead of having to do that, we have ourselves just this guy here. Boom. Let's move this guy over here. So just a ball pit texture. Nothing fancy, but it's going to be fun. So let's actually denote what we're actually going to be, what the actual challenge is going to be. So let's go back to our, let's create, it always lowers it. I always want to keep moving this guy up. Text, always lime green. Walls of, let's zoom in. Put this info overlay too. Walls of ball pit. Are in acrobatics or athletics. Now, normally it is just athletics, but an acrobatic character should be able to climb a wall. And for the ball pit itself, ball pit is super loud. And all cult terrain. So very, very simple. It's loud, it's wacky, it lets players who have high strength and dex do something, and I'm pretty sure I made these walls the wrong thickness. Let me fix that real quick. There we are. fantastic. Alrighty. So we have our ball pit. No dungeon is complete without a ball pit, I think. And there's a lot of things that the players can just do with like a large quantity of plastic balls. I'm not gonna like go ahead and write the entire count out how many there would be, but just know that there is enough to fill in a 30 by 10 by 5 rectangle. It's a lot. It is a lot. So there's a lot they can do with it. Although, frankly, not too much. I'll think of something wacky. Sure, you could take a bunch of them with you, but like they're not as good as cult traps. Maybe you could use them as like the ball bearings, but maybe the DC is a lot lower because they're bigger and colorful. You could use them to mark down where you've been if you don't have any chalk, which I think actually we did have be found higher up in the dungeon, the first level. Yeah, I think so. But if they missed it or didn't bring any of their own, this could be a good alternative. They could throw them as distractions. Or maybe, just keep it because it's cool, to have your lucky plastic ball. You could juggle them with a performance check, or sleight of hand, or any dexterity thing. There is an endless possibilities with this ball pit. I can't actually think of anything you can't do with it. So yeah, I think I need to end the video around here because, if I spend too much time looking at this ball pit, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to get out. So, yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see more ball pits, subscribe. If you liked there being a ball pit in this dungeon, like. And in the comments down below, tell me your favorite thing about the ball pit. So yeah, I apologize for the poor quality. It's not going to get any better.